Oh, didn't know why that was highlighted. Wasn't important. Okay. My phone is in my pocket, which is weird. Okay. Ugh. Hopefully it doesn't rain. It's supposed to rain at like 1. But my room was sort of hot, so I had to open the windows. That was close. Did not mean to stop the inventory drop that early. Nice. For struggling at the end of stream yesterday, getting out of KP, I'll take a mid 51 the first time today.
Oh.
Dang it. Still kind of fast for not doing double spike. I just jumped over there super early again. You know, I should probably get like a actual visual cue of when to jump for statue pogo. I just kind of like do it. If I got a visual cue, then I would definitely not mess it up like ever. I think. Oops. It was definitely interesting that I thought that Husk was gonna leave the arena, but the right jumps actually let me get the G out. How much do I have? 19. I feel like anytime I have like 20, that's like a lot. There's like a ton of condensation on my glass. It's not even like that hot in my room compared to usual. And the water I didn't think was that cold. I didn't put any ice in it either. Oops, that was definitely my fault. Hey Sly, thanks for the good luck. Did you have a slight color change in your name? Or I don't remember, what was it before? Wasn't it something bluish? I think. Unless I'm going crazy. You changed it 1,000 times, okay. Yeah, I think what I remember is like bluish. It's like, I don't know, I feel like people would call that color like cobalt or something. The one that I'm thinking of. Huh, I'll take that. Not losing any time really at all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna get an extra hit or two. Alright, now we're good. The only reason I cared about that is because yesterday I messed up getting 2 hits here, then I messed up the thing. Second fireball skip, that's what it is. You're so close to a 33. Nice. Ah. That was really bad. Good thing, I was thinking I was not gonna have enough. Yeah, I feel like 33 seems so doable. I know you were trying to go for a 34, but you said that your time should just be better anyway. Oops. You just weren't finishing runs. We have a 3406 with a 154 claw. Oop, I just didn't even jump. I didn't even like miss the jump timing, I just like didn't jump. 154 claw, 248 dream nail, and more bad splits. I know dream nails. Mine is like a 248 in my current PB too. I think it's like a 249 actually. I think so. It's even worse. Oop. This is totally not gonna go badly, right? I'm gonna get the bad RNG, so it won't matter. Ouch. Okay. Well, 154 claw. I know, like, absolute worst case, you want to get, like, at least a 140, right? Like, a low 140. Could have gone worse. Yes. What's important is the fact that you got the 34. Did you have a 34 before that, or was that the first finished run 34 that you had? Oh wait, or were you saying that my Moss Knights could have gone worse? Because that is also true. Third 34? Ah, okay. I don't remember if I got a 34 before this one or not. I might have gotten like a 3440, I think. That was really bad. I quit out. You meant my offsite? Okay, that's what I thought. I thought about it after I said whatever I said, and then I was like, wait. Hey Calamity, thanks, so good luck. I don't know if I care about getting even like a 33. I just want a PB, and then I can like quit for a little bit. Not to mention 340 VS. Jeez. Did you just keep the run going just because you were just like done? You didn't feel like resetting? I feel like I would definitely reset at 340 VS if like anything else went wrong. You did a happy couple something. Run. It's gonna take an hour to upload. Is it gonna be in the top 50%? Almost messed up. Oop, crap. Close. Almost messed up. Oh, dang it, dude. Okay, there we go. Sorry, what was it? You were comparing to 3-room recycle, so you're like, as long as you're not plus 25 or something. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it is. First finished run too. Nice. It was pretty easy. Got to save lots of grubs. How many grubs do you save in that? I forget how much it is for the pale ore. That's why you do it, right? 31. Okay. I was gonna say 31, but I didn't want to be wrong. Okay. That wasn't actually too bad. I felt like that Gome room was sort of awkward. Just because the bench fly was super high up. You need to do happy couple before the month ends. Oh, because it's Pride Month. That makes sense. I was like, wait. Did I miss a hit? Oh no, I don't need the Aspid because I didn't miss the one bench fly. We're good. Only a couple days left? That is true. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize how low of days there were in the month left. Wow, that was bad. That was for sure a cleanup. Should try to beat your time. Can't be that hard, right? Would mean you need to run it again. Ah. Yeah. How many categories have you just run once so far, Calamity? Oop. I'm glad I damage tanked the wrong way. Too many. Yeah. Well, I guess, you know, with your goal that you have, it's gonna be that way. Some of the categories either have just, you know, enough people that ran it, that if you have a decent time, you'll be in the top 50%, so then you don't have to run it again. I also thought I was gonna mess that up, so that's why I stopped in the middle of my sentence. So I feel like that seems fair. I never expect the chain. I've actually been hitting the chain the first one, like, decently consistently. Seven. Wait, no, 10. Yeah, 10 is a lot of categories to run once and then never again. That's kind of funny. Wait. So, how'd you go from 7 to 10? That's my main concern. Man. My glass is like soaking wet on the outside. I don't understand. Alright, so yesterday, the last run to end the stream, I just like fell twice. I don't understand what I'm doing differently than I was doing for Dream Dash. Oh god. Not even close. This song is good. Wait, this one or the last one? You forgot any percent P2 and 4. Wait, I forget, what was P2? Why would you only run P2 once? I feel like P2 is at least more fun than like P3. Last one? Okay. I don't remember what the last song was though, I kind of forgot already. That's why I was asking, mainly. What? I fat fingered inventory. Oh. Alright, whatever that was lost like a second. Oh, Bobbles made you skip it? Oh, Bobbles. They're not even that bad. Did you even do flukes? So you have... I'm pretty sure you had Shade Soul, didn't you? Of course it jumped over my VS. It's kind of funny though. Now you might if you run it again. I feel like Gorgeous has to really try to like have a weird pattern. He did a lot of short hops. You've done all the other Pantheons with Fury? Wait. You didn't do P2 with Fury? I just would have assumed that you did it with Fury for some reason. Oh. Actually saved time, cool. That was like super early. Dude. That That was rude. P3 looked more fun. Well, you learned your lesson, right? Hmm, 123, that's pretty bad actually. Dang it. You think you'll run P3 till you beat Monster's time, then go back to P2? Is Monster's time not that good? I would have thought that it would be good. It's good, but not the best. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think like I saw, I don't know, did Monster ever really run them really? Or like all of his runs were just practice for like 112? I don't know, were those like ever his main categories for Pantheons? Ow. I don't know what it is. I think before I went to sleep yesterday, I'd eaten like popcorn. I think the butter was still like somewhat in my mouth because some of the like gums at the edge of my teeth are like kind of raw, so they're painful sometimes. It's like in two spots. I didn't notice the second spot until just now. World record is 3 minutes 25 seconds, and Monster's at 6. Ah, okay, 10 seconds off. We're at 10 with 351, I think, if I read it right. That was definitely interesting. Okay, cool. Did you guys see that? The Jennifer just decided to turn around. Ouch. Like, the Jennifer was going the correct way, and then it just was like, nope. Right as I was about to be able to pogo it. But also P3 is also the least optimized, yeah, because it's probably the worst to run out of all of them. Like, whoever would want to do it. You missed it. Wait, I don't remember if I added that. I think I did. I can take credit for a lot of the Scuff People emotes. I forget where I saw it though. Maybe in Kara's stream, I think. Well, that was some weird skate movement from the fact that I jumped too high on all of it. I also still never know how much time I need to... Like, I don't know what the time is that I need to be here and not lose any. 5 seconds? Is that enough? Cool, finally. I haven't been able to gold that in a while. The video's at 27%. It's been 45 minutes. That's pretty bad. Wait, is it uploading? Back down. Nice. Is that the uploading or like the checking thing that YouTube does? Ow. That was a weird infected bench by room, but okay. Uploading, okay. Yeah, I don't know. The for upload speeds, upload is always like way slower than downloading, but I never really pay attention to it. Usually when I upload something to YouTube, I just kind of ignore it. I upload it, like I said, it's upload. I go do whatever, then when it's finished, I'm like, okay, great. Done now. You would ignore it, but it's also 1 AM and you want to sleep. Oh, wait, is your computer in your room? You don't want it on all night? Ah, okay. I was gonna say, if it's in your room, I understand. That's what I was gonna be getting at. My keyboard yesterday decided it wanted to stay on twice while my computer was off. Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude? That's so aggravating. Dang it, man. That's like the worst. I was also just thinking, I was like, what if that happened? And of course, I was thinking, I was very close to the platform right before then. I was like, what if I landed on the ledge here? And then, boom, easy. Oh man, that's annoying. It's been so long since I've gotten a pace like all the way there while being green. What if it happens? Exactly. I didn't even say it out loud, it still cursed it. I tried my best to keep that run going. But I mean, I feel like that run was kind of bad, actually. So maybe there's a chance today to PB. I think one of the best things was my turnaround on that jump right there in that run. Like, I think I cheated as much as you could. But, I lost like 6 seconds in cloak somehow. I think my fight was actually just that bad. Oh wait, no. The Moss Knights were weird. Because I forgot to get soul after the first Moss Knight. Because I didn't do the double fireball. Or double hit. Man, I mean, at least I got rafters, I guess. And I also golded. So now I know that my lantern split is finally beatable again. Like, even when I was getting right side rafters, I was still like somehow losing time in that split. Dang. I thought I was in the right spot for that. Tried to just drop immediately again. Ouch. Man, I don't know why that one's so annoying. There's like those spots I was talking about. It's like in the bottom left and top right of my mouth. From my perspective. So I was avoiding the top right of my mouth because I knew about that one. Bro. Jinky, why? Aggro's then moves at like the slowest possible movement speed. Oh wait, that gold pushed me just a little bit closer to a sub 33, some of best. I needed to get a run that goes all the way to THK and then not throw the THK fight so that I can gold it, and because I have like a ton of time that I could shave off there if I just like had a decent fight. You know, I wonder if me landing on that ledge has come from me greeting like everything now. I feel like I've definitely been greeting things way more ever since I started greeting all the jumps in KP a lot better. So like I'll mess like random things up that I haven't messed up before, and I think it's because of that. So I'm trying to greet it in a way that I haven't tried before. Which I also think is funny, because when I first started, I was like, I'm never gonna greet the jumps in King's Pass, ever. Do I have any cool challenge run ideas? No. Ouch. I don't think so. Why are these things so mean to me? Never grinding. Well, it's not never grinding. Never greeting. Different, slightly, you know. Two of the letters in there changed. Oh, that was a typo, okay. As I say, it's a pretty close typo. But, yeah, I mean, grinding, I don't know what my intentions were initially. I know my first goal was sub 2 hours, and then my first run, you know, was sub 2 hours, so then that was like, okay, we're good. Now I can try sub 1 hour. And then I think I just kept going down by 10 minutes for the next two, like, goals. I was like, alright, sub 50, sub 40, then sub 37. And then after that, it's just like, get to the next minute. I'm upset that I missed that nail slash sub 30-minute time. Yeah, exactly. Just keep going down by a minute. You'll get there eventually. I feel like I've been... I'm not having like terrible posture right now. I've just been stiff. I think while I was anticipating that run being good. That's good. While I was trying to adjust how close I was, that nail slash I did on the second door. I'm pretty sure the second door gives you knockback. But I was far enough away that I was like at the perfect range of the no knockback and being able to hit it. Crap. I don't need to reset that, but I'm going to. You don't know why, but you feel like a lot more people would run Hollow Knight if they knew world record was sub 30 minutes. Yeah, I feel like people like I like running things that are shorter, but people I think generally like to watch full game runs. Like in any game, not just like Hollow Knight. Like how 112 is the most popular. I think like for Ocarina of Time, 100% is the most popular. I know lots of the Metroid games, they're just shorter, and the like 100% is like the category lots of people run usually, I think. And by shorter, I mean, I think you can do some of the Metroid games 100% in like an hour, or like an hour and a half. I think. And I don't know why I'm like dying. I like had to clear my throat and I couldn't do it. There we go. We're good now. Just seeing 29.57 instead of 35. I don't know how I missed that. I really tried to greet it that time though. Somehow get so much more traffic regardless of how much harder a sub 30-minute run would be. Yeah. I mean, Skate's just like grinding to take off like 10-ish seconds from his run, and it's like just extremely difficult. Because Skate's run is already like so optimized for a human to even be doing. It's kind of like how I feel like in SM64, like with top runners of that who are doing like 16 star, I feel like it's one of the most popular things to be run anyway. But like they'll like lose like 0.4 seconds and they'll like be like, oh damn it, run's dead. And that's like also essentially what Skate's saying. Running to beat world record as the world record holder would be insane. Yeah, you're just like, well, at that point you're not trying to like beat world record, you're just like, I just want a PB, that's all. Even though your PB is world record. That's the kind of stuff that I would say all the time. Be like, yeah, no, it's fine. Crazy hard. Yeah, definitely would be difficult. But I think it also depends. Like, there's some things that people have like world records in for speedruns that are like, they themselves could very easily go back and beat it and get a much better time. But Skate's already gotten out to the point where his PB is so good that it's like just hard for him to beat it, let alone somebody else to come along and try to compete. It's like basically it'd have to be like Lep or Guanqui, at least in the near future. Does Guanqui still run Hollow Knight? I don't think so. I think ever since she had world record, she stopped and started running Celeste. But I haven't seen her streaming in a while. I don't know if it's just because I like have missed it. She got world record and left. I think so. It's pretty much exactly that. She was just done. I think Guanqui had grinded for so long to get like a good any percent time that she was just done by the time she got record. I think she might have come back and gotten a better PB. I forget though. Ouch. It was the test time, yeah. So I'm pretty sure that Guanqui beat it by like a couple seconds, I think. And then Lep came along and beat it, and then I think Guanqui beat Lep again, I think. If I remember right. But I don't know if I do. Ouch. I'm just resetting. I should not be, like, dead. Let me see, actually. I want to know. Yeah. I'm pretty sure... Let me actually go to Guanqui's, like, history thing. Yeah. Guanqui got a 32.15 and a 32.03. So... She came back, I think, after... She got record, and then Lep got record. Yeah, now it's 31.47, which is insane. I think Lep has gotten pretty close, actually. Lep is... I don't know if Lep is still grinding any percent or not, but, like, I think he got a low 50, or 31.50 at least, I think. I haven't been keeping up with it that much. But it's just crazy how, like, good Lep and Skate are. I'm curious also. Be interesting. I think everyone would think it would be interesting if Pest came back and ran with the new, like, route changes. I don't know if Pest has been or not. Nightbot, why'd people happy? But, like, Pest getting a, you know, 32.16 without Raptors and without Devout Skip. That's, like, almost 20 seconds of time that he could take off just there. Pest is also running Celeste? Ah, okay. I feel like this is gonna end up being slow. Not that bad. I just, like, running Celeste seems painful. I feel like I have no interest in doing it ever. I like Celeste as a game, but speedrun... I haven't even seen that many speedruns of it, but they're just insane. Painful in your hands. Yeah, since I haven't really tried, I don't know. I don't have the experience of that yet, and I probably never will. Mentally, you know, you enjoy the game enough, you think? I feel like I still just haven't played it enough to, like, know whether I would enjoy it enough to speedrun it. I just don't think I would want to. Like, I definitely enjoyed beating the game, like, as much as I did, because I still didn't finish yet. Stopped somewhere in chapter 9, and I don't remember where. And from what... I don't remember who said something yesterday. Oh, crap. Dude. Just wasted, like, at least 3 seconds there. Probably just 3. You'd play it more, it just hurts your hands each time you play. Well, you could try not playing as hard, I don't know. Like, are you trying to go super fast every time? Go hard or go home. Yeah, but then that's what makes you not want to play it. So you could just go a little bit less hard, and then just continue to play like you want. Good thing I counted that right. I almost miscounted. Can this still be a 32? Probably not now. You do the same for Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight never hurts your hands. Yeah, it's true. You could just run... Well, that's the thing, though. You're speedrunning Hollow Knight. So you could just... less speedrun Celeste. And then there you go. You're good. You've been grinding for like 8 hours? Yeah, I don't know. I think... Like, on controller, it never really bothers me to play super long on, like, almost anything. I mean, on any game. I like 2 hours Celeste. Hurts your hands. I feel like on keyboard, running Hollow Knight can get to me a little bit. Bro. Well, now it's up to the Baldur if I reset. Come on, Baldur, is it a dead run, or are you just gonna give me a first spit because I want to reset? No. Well, it's a very slow mount, but okay. 108 isn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. It's kind of funny though, how I had to do that. Ooh, yeah, that was bad. Oops. +8 going into green path is definitely not something I like. I feel like +4, +5 is like my acceptable range. Ouch. I could have pogoed again, probably. BRB? Alright. Sometimes I shock myself when I make that jump. Setting up Ethernet, what, to speed up the process of the video. Entering this room at 6:10 is not good. This is not going to be a good claw or cloak. I'm just resetting now. Nope. I just didn't jump. I like pressed it while I was still fireballing, so then it didn't jump. But okay. Okay, so it's got like a weird, like, I smelled Doritos. It's a very odd smell to be coming through my windows. Especially because, like, I don't think we have any Doritos in our house, so definitely can't be coming from our house, that smell. But also I don't know if that means that somebody is near my house eating Dorita. I think that's what it would have to mean. Oh my god, dude, I hate that. Gross. A 53. Disgusting. I still can't get over the fact of like how KP has changed now in my runs to me. Like, used to be happy with a 52, and like if I got a 53, I'm like, it's not good, but it's fine. And now I'm like 53, disgusting, terrible, reset. Oh, I'm resetting now though. If I wasn't just randomly nail swinging, I would have been fine. I up slash too late because I was swinging my nail. I actually wasn't sure at first either if it was gonna just bounce off of the side of that wall either. I thought for a second I might be okay. I was like, no, I'm not okay. Man, eventually I just got destroyed. That was kind of great. Yeah, I was gonna say that felt very slow. So that makes sense. I could have aggroed Jinky like normally, and then I just like didn't jump and I walked off the ledge instead.
Oh.
Ready? When you're finished later, and she's doing
You're mumbling.
when you finish later, you sit with you and I'll cut the grass.
Sure.
Okay, not like
Okay.
you'll be done.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Ugh. Likes to add in unimportant details all the time. I think. I don't know why my headset sounds quieter. I don't understand. I don't know why I'm like trying to greet it that much. But I feel like I wasn't doing that yesterday, and I don't think I've been doing that often. Already done it a couple times today. forgot what song this was. I'm so glad that I fell off of that ledge again. It's so weird. I like have never fallen off of that ledge by accident. I don't think, like, in my entire time running the game. Because that jump isn't tight. You don't have to, like, do a super tight jump there. Cat Jam, welcome back. Is the upload going faster? Okay. Thought I was gonna fall. Or not make it up from Jinky. You're not back yet? That's not what your chat messages say. Are you on your phone or something? But wait, why are you setting up the Ethernet? Do you not usually have your computer connected to Ethernet? Yo, we did it. Blessed run. Oop. Ow, come on. Can't just waste the run of getting all of the grass without breaking the background objects. I'm so annoyed. It's like, sometimes when I jump too early, it's because I waited so long already for those aspets to come and then they just aren't coming. There we go. Oh, wait. Okay. I wanted to get a drink of water. I was just hoping I didn't spam too much already. Yeah, not the worst, I guess. That backup, like Pogo and Janky, is actually pretty nice.
Oh.
To, like, save a little bit of time back if you mess up the nail turnaround spot. Dang it. Almost. Like, then again, I waited so long, and the aspids just did not spawn in. They were like, nope, we're gonna take 6 seconds to spawn in. Ugh, so aggravating. It's like the only RNG part of it in 1221. What is with me and clipping ledges and staying on them now? I almost swung too early on the counting part. I don't know how to hit both of those torches. Man, this is terrible. I've been messing that up a lot too recently. Still the 105. I'll take it. Okay, I thought that I was gonna miss. Alright, we're good. I don't even need to go for these hits. take that. Alright. Another chance potentially to gold. Dang it. Hornet getting stuck and not getting doubled at all definitely threw it a little bit. Dude, what? What was that? Close. Ouch. Come on. Insane how dumb the mantises are that they can't hit you while you're standing still. Cable isn't long enough for your PC. Dang. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like wondering why you wouldn't normally have it if you were gonna put it, like, plug in Ethernet now. So you just need a longer cable. Was that what you were trying to do the whole time? Figure out if you could make it work anyway? Say 7 ceiling geo. Bro. Why? Literally lost like 6 seconds to that. It's because you got a power line adapter, but the Ethernet cord it came with is really short. Ah, okay. Yeah. I don't understand that. I'm pretty sure like most Ethernet cables are really short that come with things, and it's really stupid. And also I have another cable, like an HDMI cable that was super short that came with something else. I don't remember what that came with. It's like, why do you make the shortest possible cables for things that will definitely need a longer one, usually? It's because they're just trying to save money wherever they can and rip you off. That's the answer. That wasn't gonna work anyway. There's the potential I lose time in the split, actually. So that I can be on the box. Yeah, so they can say it is included. You're better off buying one that doesn't say it's included and just buying the cable at the same time. They probably charge you for that convenience of, you know, the cable you're gonna have to replace. I still need to have it made. Yeah. My god, 7 seconds slow. Can I get Dream Dash this time? Finally. I didn't even lose time, let's go. Like, wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't better user review be better? Like 2 cents to have long enough. Yeah, that is something else that's funny. With them buying the wire in bulk, it probably would just be a lot cheaper for them to just, you know, include a longer wire. Because they probably do just buy it in bulk and then make the stupid cheap, like, 2 feet wire things. I still don't understand. I've been messing that up so much. It's annoying. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That was definitely interesting. Actually confusing me a lot of the times, that other husk dying. So far, every time I've been here today, the, like, big husk in the gorgeous husk room has been dying. I feel like it was very consistently not dying the last couple of days when I was running. Oh, okay, cool. That was definitely way more sketchy than it needed to be. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I had like a little bit left. Very little bit. Pretty sure when I checked earlier it was supposed to rain at 1, so in like 20 minutes. Okay, and now it's no longer supposed to rain. Bro, it's the worst. Pogoing that instead of opening the chest.
Delca.
I thought I wasn't making that.
Our son, Gian.
How consistent am I at rafters? On 122.1, doing the low FPS rafters when I was like, you know, consistently running. I feel like I'm decently consistent at that. The low FPS strat I think is kind of easy. It's just all about maximizing the height you get from the pogos, and that's like it. If you get max height from like the 2 pogos that are important, then I don't know. How long have I been doing it for? I think when I first did rafters was like in November. But it's not like I've been doing that for that much time though. Because I've been doing like other things that don't need to do rafters, I think, in that time. I wonder if this will gold. So that's like the exact same time that I basically had last time. That's close. You still feel like rafters is super new. Yeah. I mean, I was late to doing rafters, so it's like super old now, kind of. Like almost coming up on a year old, I think. In just a couple more months, 2 more months. Bro, why? Of course the miner threw the axe like super fast that time. You've been playing Hollow Knight for 4 years. It's a long time. I've been playing for like 1.5 years now, kind of. I feel like the time I first played to when I started speedrunning though, like, I can't count those like 6 months, so it's been basically like 1 year that I've been playing. Which is a fine feeling, yeah. I feel like it's just like I wasn't playing during that time. I played for my first couple playthroughs, and then didn't play from like January to like June. But alright, there we go, we're green. Should have been way more green the one run that I was here earlier, but it's fine. Nice feeling. Oh, what? Nice feeling that you've been running for 4 years. My almost inventory dropped too early. Missed the message. I missed one. I think I saw it. Oh, long enough. Yeah, I didn't miss that one. I think that one's close enough to the length of the Nightbot message. That's my blind spot. Is anything that's like the same length as that? I don't know if you can go into anyone's chat and they know who you are. Nice. Oop. Oop, crap. That's fine. But yeah, that was nice too. Just having people like, you know, recognize you. Like, hey, it's that person that always does no-hit stuff. Okay, Umu, please be nice. Dang it. It moves too far to the right for me to do the normal cycle. Of course, it had to be an extra too. Dang it. It's probably fine, because I would have messed this up at the bottom. I haven't fought THK in, like, a long time. I've zoned out Nightbot, the person in everyone's chat, but you didn't know they streamed who Nightbot. Oh wait, you mean you? Or is that who you're talking about in that message? Yeah, okay. I was like, I thought that was, at first I thought it was a joke about Nightbot, you know, begging for follows all the time. Like, come on, Nightbot. Wait, did I finish reading them? Oh yeah, okay, I did finish reading that one message. I guess the Nightbot one's a little bit longer. I didn't realize the Nightbot message had already popped up in the chat that I can see still. I also haven't done UGA in a while. This will be fun. Alright, we're good. That was a gold. I almost like... I was about to do the latest patch movement. Oops. Didn't mean to cling to the wall there. Ah. When did I get hit? I don't remember when I got hit. Okay then. You feel like you've only just started getting actually good at the game though. Yeah, I feel like it's funny to feel like that in certain games, like in Rocket League. I started recently feeling like I got better actually. You like the music that's been playing the stream? It's my playlist, thanks. It basically means that you like my music. Is that a twist? I actually don't need to quit out. Dang it, that's so upsetting. I almost hit reset. Then it sucks. Fair enough. I should have been spamming Dream now because I'm stupid. Hello? Why was I standing up and not able to move? Two instant opens, cool. I wasn't thinking. Definitely lost some time. It's not like a little bit, it's a lot. I don't think that I can gold THK by that much. But of course, I fail the instant open devout skip the first time, and not the second time. This is the run, it is. If I get at least gold THK by 2 seconds, I'll be happy. Aww. I felt like that was the one when I would get it. You forgot I need to go around the right, yeah. I almost forgot too, don't worry. Oop. I'm going the wrong way. Oh my god. I've just completely given up because it doesn't need to be the run now. Imagine that guy respawning. Exactly. Who would ever let that thing respawn? Hey, what the hell is it? I feel like it was forever ago when I said it was almost 1 o'clock. And it's still 5 minutes to 1. Oop. I don't know why I'm walking. I've just given up on Scream Skip, on Scream Split. It's never respawned for you. Never ever. Dude. Dang it. That should be a good enough gold, I think. They're good enough 2 gold. Maybe. I forget. I didn't realize. It's definitely better than PB. Come on, 2 seconds. Oh my god. I didn't gold by 0.1. Dang, that sucks. It's because of all those parries. It was like 6 parries in a row in the very beginning. At least I get to skip all the cutscenes. Or at least, yeah, the like cutscene there. GG. Thanks for the GG. I saved 3 seconds though. It wasn't a gold, but I saved 3 seconds. Like that was rude. It just decided not to do any dashing. I got like a couple of dashes. Yeah. Good try. Thanks. I golded QG. I forgot about that. Not enough to put it down to 33. Exactly. Another run. Hey. Hey Magna. Thanks for the GG. Another run. Yes, we're gonna do another. I'm gonna go get water though. So there we go. Now I have all my stuff set up, so I'll be back. I'm back. Let's see. Video's still only at 70%. Probably be quicker if you stop watching Twitch. Nah, definitely not. I don't think so. It wouldn't go any faster. You don't have to worry about that. I wonder... Yeah, I guess the, you could just load back into that save, go talk to the, like, lore tablet thing, and unlock World Sense. I think that'd be kind of funny. Unlocking the lore, or the World Sense as fast as possible. Having that as a speedrun rather than beating THK. You literally just get into Black Egg. When the Happy Couple run? I don't know. I still don't know if I know the route like at all. I mean, do you do the normal get cloak, get claw? I feel like you need both of those in that run, so you probably do something like that, right? Other than that, I don't know the route. Oops. I don't know how I messed up that jump timing. Oops. I stopped holding jump that time and hit the ledge. I don't know what my best... I'm pretty sure my best run, I was like 10 seconds off on keyboard. I was 10 seconds off of my PB. So that was definitely my second best keyboard run. Yeah, but you get the Moss Knight grub. Oh yeah. I guess that makes sense, because you're close. You're so close to it anyway. And Green Path Station. So let's go back to Green Path at some point, I assume. To get maybe the grub down by Mossy. And False Knight. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not that much different than, like, I don't remember what speedrun I did. I'm pretty sure there was some run I did that you got Green Path Station, killed False Knight. Unless I'm thinking... Nah. I was gonna say, unless I was thinking about my no-hit run. I think that I forget. I don't think I was getting Green Path Station for no hit. I think the way that you had me doing it at first was we thought that Mossy was more Geo. Wow, that was bad. Also, my hand just feels like worn out. Like, not actually like cramping or anything, just like dry or something.
Oh.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't actually know if I've done a run that I actually bought the Green Path Stag. Mossy Geo? Yeah, that was so weird. That's such a strange thing. It's like 300 on latest patch and like nothing on 1221. Good if you need Geo, yeah, but I think it was 100 on 1221, so that's like meh. I think it's definitely a lot less good on 1221. Man, I did double spike and I was gonna say I did double spike and I still left that room at 147. That's pretty bad. 100, yeah. I just remember you told me to do it, and then I got there and like one of my run attempts or something, and then right after that, we decided to make some routing changes, I think. It's like, yeah, that's not good enough for that long of a detour to get 100 geo. Could literally just pick up like a couple geo rocks and be better off. I think that little fight with Jinky to turn around is gonna cost me at least like a second. I'm expecting like a high 52. Not as high as I thought.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of what was so slow in the last one. Oops. I think I wasn't going that slow, that I should have been like 2 seconds behind what I am right now. That was a little bit early on that pogo. Usually when I know that that venge fly isn't going to hit me, I pogo those spikes like as early as possible, and that was like almost bad. Ouch. Rude right jumps. I've gotten like 2 left jumps in all of my attempts today. Hey Potato, how are you? Just forgetting what my pause key is for a second. I'm really trying to think what it is. Okay. Yeah, it's apostrophe, like, quote, that button. Or that key. I don't know why I was... Yesterday I said semicolon, colon, that key. Not that one. You're sleeping? Nice. Are we winning? Kind of. I had a run that I was -3 at QGA, then I was +17 at the end. I messed up the Vout skip, and then yeah, that basically loses a ton of time. Dude, why? God, that was so bad. But kind of winning. And THK was mean, so I couldn't gold THK. Tons of parries. Devout bully, yes. Only 79%. I feel like I've already reset like at least like 4 runs in the time I came back when you said it was 70% calamity. Oop, that was scary. I didn't want to lose any health, so I pogoed super early. Internet is dead. It definitely seems like it. Oop. Well, that's not good. Alright, we're good. Sometimes I really just do not have faith in the single fireball. Is that a sleep emote or a dedge emote? I forget. Nate was also supposed to be getting new emotes, right? That's not one of them, is it? I don't know why it looks like it could be potato-like. .62 upload, that is very slow. Ow. I didn't need that help. Dead emote? Ah, okay. 36 download. Ouch. Dude, Hornet, cut it out. Hornet literally throwing as hard as possible. Which is better than normal. What was I gonna say? I don't know, I assume that that's... Is it megabit or megabyte? What's my internet like? I think we get like 300 megabit download speed. Upload is like 20, I think. Which on average for the US I think is pretty like mid. Oop. 300. 20. Yeah, one is really slow for upload, like 1.5. Like that's very gross. I wouldn't like that. I would be having a bad time. I don't even upload that much stuff, so it wouldn't affect me that often. But when it would be bad. My upload is better than your download most of the time. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure that some places have like upload that's better than my download, which is crazy. I don't even understand. And people ask for you to put your bitrate up. Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what do you mean your bitrate? You mean for streaming? I don't remember what, your resolution isn't bad though when you stream, is it? I don't think. Past midnight, you still can't sleep. Help. Would it help if I'm just more boring? Maybe. I don't know how boring I am usually, but if I try to be more boring, maybe you can go to sleep. It's 3 AM for you. Yeah, Calamity just won't go to sleep ever. Why are you uploading the video anyway at 1 AM, or when you were trying to do it at 1 AM before? I guess I won't be that unhappy with that. Yeah, or KP VS. It's normally not this slow. Ah, okay. That's pretty funny though. Do you upload lots of things like close to when you're going to bed, or is this just like a coincidence? I'm good. Zerd voices ASMR. What does ASMR stand for? I forget. Like auditory something, right? I don't know. It started at like 11:30. Thinking it'd be done in 30 minutes. Yeah. What if you just like stopped? Like when you told me around 1 AM your time, what if you had just stopped there? Because you said it was at like 25% or something. I think you said 27. You could have just stopped and it would have been faster to do it like at a different time when the internet isn't slow. ASMR stands for pukers. I feel like there's only one, or there's 2 letters that are similar in there. So that can't be right. Doesn't you have A or S? Or A or R, A or M. That's, yeah, that's what I meant. That 83%, it just isn't going up. I feel like you haven't set a higher number ever since you told me that you started the upload. I wonder if I could, I wonder if I could upload something like while I'm streaming and have it be faster. The stream quality would probably suffer. I tried to get all of my hits in, but I kind of missed one, so I almost got hit going for the last hit on False Night. Autonomous sensory something Meridian response. Is that actually what it is? I wonder if I should just do that from now on. Just actually, wait until I know I can jump. I would like to know when the earliest I could jump is, so then I can look for that. Instead of trying to react to it every time. Yeah, whatever that means. It's basically just Ultra Instinct, I guess, because they use Autonomous at some point in the show talking about that. Bro. 2 extra spits. Am I streaming on a normal schedule again? Kind of. I mean, it's only been 2 days, and I also can't stream tomorrow, I think. I won't be able to stream on Thursdays for a bit. 85%. So it takes more than... It seems like it takes more than a minute for each percent. That was rude of that Gruz to dodge right then. But yeah, I have to like drive my mom to she's doing like a study with whatever's going on with her. Like they thought it was her vision at first, but now it's actually her hearing that's messing with her. So she's doing like a study, and so she can't drive there herself. So I'm driving her. So then I won't be streaming on the days I'm doing that, which will be Thursdays. Needs to upload HD as well, does it? I thought it uploads like normal, and then it verifies like standard definition in HD. I don't know what's up with me missing that. I'd gotten like super consistent at hitting that squid twice. Ouch. Dude, are you kidding me? All blobbles need to die. Do you think counting it in chat helps, Calamity? Ah. I don't like this. This has turned completely terrible now. It makes you feel better, does it? Did you just have... Wait, do you have 1 or 2 monitors? I don't remember if I've asked. At this rate, it's going to get uploaded after Pride Month. Yeah, close. 2 monitors, okay. So I assume you just have YouTube like on one, and then the stream on the other, and you're watching, and as it goes up, then you're typing the percent. Something like what was going on. Ow. Oh, cool. Thanks, Hornet. understand like how this hasn't been super terrible. Like that was really bad to lose 5 seconds in that whole thing. Yeah, okay. Glad to know that I was right about how that was going, how that whole scenario was happening. I forget what this one is. That song. It's a very long list of artists, basically. I don't know how I missed that jump. Alright. New one. New run. And also, my nose was itching pretty bad. And I couldn't itch it in the time that I tried to. I don't actually know if I did try or not. I think I forgot maybe while I was quitting out. $88. I don't think it has to upload HD. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Right? That was really weird looking. No, I didn't jump early. Cool. You think I could do an entire happy couple, get a better run, and upload it? Maybe. Do you think, does it count? Does it have to be like fully published? Is that how that would work? I don't know, do you just set yours to publish automatically once it's uploaded?
Oh.
And then the run you're trying to submit would be pointless and you need to run again. That would be funny to do that. Although, I don't know. I kind of feel like struggling in any percent still. Ouch. Love that. Nightbot. Nightbot's back again. Alright, I'm kind of poor because I missed all of the geo from the one Aspid. Because you're not supposed to pogo it like I did, but whatever. I was trying to break the sign, but I actually swung too early. That's kind of funny. And this is going to be the time I get a left jump, so I'm like, judging from that room entrance time, I'm like 4 seconds behind of what I would like to be the time to be. So, of course, this is the run. False Knight's going to jump to the left. Ow. No? I'm glad I missed that. I'm just resetting. That was terrible. It actually would have been faster, I think, to just not even heal. Jinky, dude, what the heck? Like I'm literally right in front of it, basically, and doesn't aggro. Are you dancing to the song or the fact that you only have 10% left? Oh, well, there's a cat jam, so maybe this is actually the song that time. Maybe. Because the cat jam could also be celebrating 89%. Maybe both. I guess that's fair. I'm just resetting. I don't like this. I missed a jump. That was a bad KP. Oh, man. No good reason to reset that. But I'm just tired of having dumb things happen like that. Like, Jinky should have just come over to where I was. Like, that was dumb. I also don't know why I'm, like, messing up the unpause, too. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Jinky's just like, nope, just gonna completely ignore you. That time I didn't go that very far left, but like, if I have to go that far left, it's just super annoying already. Why is this getting stuck? Since my headset's wired, it like lays down by the side of my chair. I don't know what it was stuck on, but it like, I couldn't like turn my head. Alright, well that's a lot better. Or 51.4. 41. That would be insane. 92%. Getting up there. I'm pretty sure that once it's like uploaded, it doesn't have to upload HD. I think you just upload and then it like processes the video at standard definition and HD. And then you're good. And then like it's like done. Like after you finish the upload part, you can just leave it alone. Did I see that you finally beat R1 AB? What is that again? Is it Pantheon 1 all bindings radiant? All bindings know it, but like for Pantheon 1, is that what it is? Yeah, for Pantheon 1, okay. I thought you had already done that. I don't know why. I thought you had done the first 4 already. For some reason. I don't know. I think I was confusing the fact that you've done them all hitless. For the all bindings. What? I've literally never done that. Just jumped into this. That's annoying. I hate that. I don't even understand how that happened. I've literally never done that. I just literally got scooped down by the ceiling. You've done P1 for hitless, but not all bindings hitless. Okay. Yeah, I was confusing that for some reason. I guess, I don't know why. Now you've done P1 all bindings hitless. Yeah, that does not sound fun to me. I feel like that sounds awful. But you know what you should do is P5 hitless. What is your PB in P5? You had P1 for like 6 months. What in all bindings for Pantheon 1? PB1. That's kind of what I figured you meant. But then I was like, it's a little confusing if you meant like people shorten it like that. Like instead of saying PB for hitless, they say P because you weren't running. Well, yeah, I guess that would not help. P5, you've been doing it off and on, off stream. Wait, did I read that right? I think I did. Doing it off and on, off stream. Okay. I did read it right. It just was weird out loud. I don't... Is that how you meant to type it? I feel like that isn't proper English, and I feel like I can point that out since you also live in an English-speaking country. Bro, why? I don't understand, dude. They're so late all the time. You've been doing it off and on, off stream. Oh, okay. So none of the P5 list grinding has been on stream. Is that better? Yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe you need like a comma between on and off. Then like that would fix the reading it section of understanding it better. I think that makes sense because it's essentially what you did with putting it in 2 different messages. Yeah, that's why like sometimes I don't type punctuation super often, but like I do it when I think it's necessary for like things like that. Like if somebody was gonna read my like words and then they have to like pause and think this is a separate part, kind of. Like I usually try to like make it clear because I'm too lazy to go through the whole effort of like just saying it without any punctuation then having to explain it. I'm like, yeah, no, that's too much for me. Compared to like me pressing a key once. Although on the phone, meh, yeah, I don't know. Punctuation on like a phone is kind of annoying. It's too late. Exactly. No energy for that. Unless you're talking about your upload. Also, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if yours does it, but I think mine stops sometimes around like 95. It doesn't like, you know, stop uploading, but like it takes an extra long time. It like stops at 95 and like finishes. 96, okay, so yours isn't doing that. But I swear mine definitely does that sometimes. It'll be uploading, it'll get to like 95, then it'll just like complete. Like it won't show progress between 95 and 100. Depends on the size for you. Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. It's probably some like... It's probably finished uploading or something. It's just some sort of check that it does at the end. Oh, to like, I don't even know. I don't know what that check would be necessary for, since YouTube then checks it again, or like processes up to standard definition. I'm tired, apparently. And it's like the third yawn that I've had in the last, like... Wow, that pause was bad. It's like the third yawn I've had in the last, like, 10 minutes, I think. As soon as I hit that crawl it, I was gonna stop. Ah. The yawning plus maybe not blinking made my eyes like water. I had to like fix it. I think it was not blinking. Why does Menderbug not fix the doors, though? That's a question I would like to know. Menderbug is assigned to signs, but Menderbug fixes like the grass even. So I don't know. I don't think Menderbug's only assigned to the signs. It's like Menderbug just hates doors. If you break any door, Menderbug's like, yeah, I'm not fixing that. And why are there doors over there anyway? There's like 4 of them. For what? You never thought about the grass? Yeah, because it always comes back, you know? And then same with, like, the bubbles. Although, I feel like the bubbles, that's not Menderbug. I feel like those just come back on their own somehow, in some other way. I feel like the bubbles are kind of like in like a bubble bath. They just are there. I feel like the grass could just grown back. I don't know. I think like I feel like it would make sense to me if like the green path or like Queen's Garden grass grew back. But like just the random grass in Crossroads and Dirtmouth and like any of the places that aren't just, you know, overflowing with like I don't know if the word fauna fits, but like any sort of like plant life. Ouch, that wasn't fair. Rude. False Knight jumping right. Menderbug fixed the royal retainers. What is that? Do these count as signs? The guys in the White Palace. Oh yeah, that's true, because they come back. Menderbug must fix them. Ah. I don't understand what's up with my hand. I can't tell if it's just dry or what. So you just turn into essence stuff normally. So Menderbug just put it back together. I guess that makes sense. Menderbug is really great at working with essence. Or is it more like they're in a dream so they don't actually die?
Oh,
100%. Is it starting the next upload? Ouch. Oops. I think it's probably similar to Grim. When they turn into bats. I guess it could be, kind of. But I don't know. I feel like Grim is like special in some sort of way. I don't know if Grim's actually made of essence or like overflowing with essence. That could be a distinction. Just has lots of essence. And that's why there's all that particle looking stuff around. Like the essence just comes back together by itself since it's a dream. Yeah, I feel like that makes the most sense. Why those dudes would come back. I didn't need to hit that blobble, but it deserved it. Processing up to HD. Yeah, I don't think you need to wait for that. I think once the upload's done, you can close it. It finished. The HD processing probably did it? Yeah, I don't think that the processing is done. Maybe you have to wait for the checking part though, I don't remember. The checking is what I do remember happens right after the upload. You think you can go now? Maybe. But what if you can't? And you're getting false hope. You're leaving your PC on and going to bed. Yeah, I don't know how the checking works, but you're probably safe. Dang Hornet trying to throw me off. Thanks for reading the word up as that was your typo. I don't know if I even know what I did. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even see it. It was close enough, I guess. You know, the P going down, like the Y. I see it now. Yeah, that's like part of what's good about skimming when you read. Is you can mistake words for the correct thing sometimes. Or like the correct intended thing. But usually, you know how that goes. It does not work that way. Anyway, bye. Alright, have a good night, Calamity. Enjoy your sleep that you can finally have. Okay. I'm still shocked that last time I dunked in the acid when I was in that room. Hope the runs go well. Me too. I mean, that one run wasn't that bad. It was literally just the devout skip being messed up that ruined it. Which was rude that the devout did instant open. Oh, okay. I'll take that. Actually, it said you could close the tab so you can turn the PC off. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's like right after the upload is done that you can turn it off. Like, that's the only part that matters. But I usually never have it off anyway. Usually I get up and walk away from my PC while the upload is happening, and then like it is like all done by the time I come back. How'd you rate up instead of Maya again? I don't know. I just didn't even read it like that again either. Strange. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can keep this green. Dang. It's unfortunate. And I read it as Maya again and not up. Yes. I don't know what's going on with either of us. I couldn't explain either of those things. I was trying to think. I was like, M isn't really that close to you. I guess you type it with the same finger if you do like normal typing. But then you definitely don't type. You definitely don't type P with the same finger as Y. You're not on mobile, are you? I don't think that that would make that much of a difference either. You're not on mobile? Yeah, so then, I don't know, I can't help you. I was like thinking maybe autocorrect. You're just bad. Can't figure it out. I almost like forgot my inventory button. I feel like that kind of stuff happens way more often than it should to me. not gaming, who's not gaming. I'm just glad I didn't get another shade fireball, to be honest. Both of us? Oh, okay. Why did I die? It was an accident. But it just worked out that when I did die, I was able to use my shade anyway. So like it kind of worked out. Now, you ever drink water and then like your stomach hurts because you're hungry? I think that's a thing. I don't know what the reason for that is, but I know it happens because it just happened right now. I'm not even like starving or anything. I'm scared. Almost messed up like 3 times. I could definitely be more green, but I'll take this. I still don't understand why I can't hit that transition walkwing storage. I really need to figure that out. Why I keep messing that up. It's been like, not even like I'm getting it sometimes. I'm getting it 0 times ever. Am I missing a lot of Geo this time? I thought that might gold. Nice. Well, that was kind of sucky, but alright, we're fine. Oop. Well, I still kept most of my time safe. Cool. Okay. There's a lot of weird etching on there. Alright, and now I get to see how short I am. Like 14 geo. That's not that bad. I can get that from lever lads. Easy.
Delka.
I don't know if that's enough. I think it is. We're good. Dang. Not ideal, but it's okay.
Boris' son, Velmi Artred. Boris Velmi Artred. Kachael Velmi Artred. Velm Helma Delka.
Okay. That's like the part I'm worried about now. Pretty sure I did die there one time. Hey, Ashes. I almost, like, just wasn't paying attention and let that thing hit me. I wasn't paying attention. I actually needed that fireball. Losing a lot of time, actually.
Alright,
we're good. Kind of. Ouch. why. That's probably recoverable, but I'm not even gonna bother. Wait, what did I gold again? Chandelier. Well, I mean, I'll take that. Now we're at the 33 flat. 33 flat, sum of best, I should say. Trying to think of where we should go. Because I'm going to end now, since, I don't know, I feel like it takes tons of energy once I get, like, a decent run, like the one that I had that died all the way in Beast Den. We'll go here. Wait, is it over? Raid Taylor Swift simp. Why? I'm interested in, like, why is this person's name that? Oh, I got an ad. Ow. I don't know. They have no mic and do SM64. Yeah, the thing for them still isn't over. Oh, my volume's also still at 1. Did you miss stream? Yeah, I was actually, like, closer to on time today. And by closer, I mean I didn't start, like, an hour and 30 minutes later than I say I should be starting. It was, like... How much was it? We're gonna raid Caputo, also. But yeah, so Caputo, not raiding TSS. Who's that? Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, Caputo's doing all skills. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. Took me a really long time to actually think of how to type that. Taylor, yeah, I had the stream up, but I don't know. Old no mic thing always bothers me a little bit. But alright. I'll stream in, not tomorrow. Can't stream tomorrow. Or, like, any Thursdays. I'll stream in on Friday. Wow. What are you saying wow about? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you later. I know where to click. There you go. See ya.